Okay, boys and girls, today is the 15th of December. We read and annotated barbed wire baseball. We started annotating and reading it. Starting on page 158, we did notice that there was an onomatopoeia. Remember, we always circle dates, numbers, names, always important for us to circle. Lists as well. And we also identified some similes here. And we noticed that we noticed some keywords like many springs had passed or when he grew up. Both of these tell us that this is going in chronological order, okay? So make sure you take note of all of that. And of course, we started reading about or discovering the storyline of this biography about Zenny, how he was a famous Japanese descent, a baseball player, and he was chosen to play, of course, with the New York Yankees. And you see how I circled, again, names, dates, events. But then we learned that Pearl Harbor happened, and all Japanese Americans, all of them that were of Japanese descent, were sent to internment camps because, of course, the United States was afraid that they were being spies to Japan, which is, of course, was very wrong of our government at the time. And then we discovered more about how even though he was going through all of this, he had to live here in these camps. And again, right here, we identified that there was a lot of imagery, a lot of sensory language. And we identified, of course, some other similes here. Zenny still wanted to play baseball, so he started constructing a baseball field with his family. Okay, he started working really hard, as we can see here. So we did the annotations up to page 167. We will continue tomorrow. Hopefully we get to finish it up as soon as possible. But yes, that was it. And after this, we started our word webs. We started our word webs for this one. Tomorrow, this is the first thing. We didn't get to finish them up, but tomorrow this will be the first thing we do. We had read up to 4 of our vocabulary words today, so we'll do those the first thing tomorrow. Okay. And we also worked in our binder, in our math binder. I have a lot of things here on my desk, so I need to clear some things up. But page 84. So if we go to page 84, it did have several questions about the distributive property, and we did do some notes on this last week, if not the week before. So you're basically decomposing 462. You're decomposing 462. And in this case, for example, we have 460 and 2. And we would multiply each by 5 and then add that all up. The only one that worked was C. In this one, the only one that worked was G, because if we would decompose 259, we could decompose it like this, 259, or 200 plus 50 plus 9. The only one that worked was G. And then for 14A, 738, we could decompose it as 730 and 8, or we could also decompose it as 738. Or we could also do one more, right? 738, 730, and 8. Okay. So this one asks which one does not show a correct way, the way she can get the correct product, and that would be D. And we could check it like this, because 70 plus 38 is not 738. Same thing with 14B. So that was page 84. We also worked on 99 through 100. So this was showing the base 10 blocks, the 100 grid. And we subtracted and added decimals using these grids. These were already shaded in for us. We always have to remember that it still applies, the regrouping still applies, and putting zeros when we need to, of course. And then we had this one here as well. Let me go ahead and take it out. We had this one here as well. Okay, this one we did have to shade it in ourselves, and then we worked it out over here on the side. Okay, and we started the back portion as well. We found the difference between 7 and 4 9/10. We had to add a decimal to the 7 and then a 0 in order to find the difference. Okay. So that was for math, and of course our homework is page 87 today, and I forgot to mention ladder words were also for homework today. Let me see, page 87. It's again working with the trailing 0, so make sure you work on that. Okay. And for writing, we continued our composition from last week. We finished our rough draft, or we should have finished our rough draft. Okay. We added one more body paragraph, which was explaining why we consider our talent our gift. Okay. And then we finished it off with the conclusion. So now we just need to revise, we need to edit, so we can finally publish our final draft, okay? And after that, let me go ahead and take out, I have my books over here. So for Science Fusion, we were looking at pages 295, pages 295 to, I think we stopped there, to page 297 where we see this map with the natural resources. So make sure you read those as well. We will still be having the brain check, which is over here. We will still be having the brain check, and we will be doing it on Thursday. And for our My World, hold on, give me a second. It was pages 221. 221, we went over that one. We were also circling important dates, names, any new information. And let's go on to the next page. We actually finished this one. 222 as well. Again, we looked at important names, dates. It was talking about the new immigrants coming in from Europe and populating Texas, which by now it was already a part of the United States. So it became the 28th state of the U.S. So we finished reading this. I don't know if I mentioned the page numbers, but I will mention them again. Page 221 to 225 in my world. Tomorrow we're just gonna watch a quick video to conclude the lesson, and we'll take the quiz as well as the basic facts quiz for math. So I will see you all tomorrow.